What's up, everybody? Matt Kajeski here, back again with the Odd Shopper channel. It is Thursday, February the 23rd, and we're talking college basketball bets. Before we get started, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all other content goes live. If you're listening on podcast, please leave a rating and review over there as well. We are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, and they have a no-brainer limited time offer that you guys need to take advantage of. Right now, if you bet $5 on any pregame money line and the bet wins, you're going to turn your $5 into $150. So what I recommend is going to your sportsbook, go to DraftKings, find the biggest favorite. Today, you can find Gonzaga as a minus 23 favorite. You're going to bet them on the money line. Really good chance they win, and that's how you turn your $5 into $150. You can take advantage of this by clicking the link in the video description below. Make your first deposit of at least $5. And then again, $5 pregame moneyline wager. Needs to win. Just hit Gonzaga, and then you will turn 5 into $150. The legal age for gambling in most states is 21. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. It's a bit of a greasy slate tonight. We've got some really good teams in terms of name value, but not the best games. But we move forward, looking back to yesterday briefly, not the best day, kind of saved by St. John's. They covered the spread. That was one of the picks from the video, but the Houston game went over. That was a pretty rough one for me. Took a bad number, and then it soared over, mostly on the side of Houston. Holy smokes, did they play a good game. But that one's a regret for sure. Wish I could go back and maybe just avoid that one. Still like the play of the under, but man, Houston's just rolling right now. And then Vanderbilt, I mean, my goodness, getting beat by the worst team in the SEC. So a tough look for Vandy, but they've been up and down all year. Shot quality was not in our favor, so got to take the L with Vandy. But luckily, St. John saved us. Moving forward, we're going to look at mainly some totals today, but then get some greasy plays at the end. First one, we're going to head to Ohio State and Penn State. Ohio State, the home team. The under is 142, which I think is high. You have two teams that are pretty slow overall. We've talked about possessions per game in the NCAA average a lot, but just for reference, it's about 70. So you see Penn State at 67.1, Ohio State at 69.2. Those are both below average markers. But when you look to January 1st and onward, these teams are even slower than they are on the year. Ohio State is 217th in adjusted tempo. Penn State is 296th. There's only 364 teams in college basketball. Penn State is among the 100 slowest teams in the country. And from there, defense for both of these teams has improved. You look at Penn State, 234th on the year. They're 197 since January 1st. Not great, but improvement nonetheless. Ohio State is 169th on the year. They're 123rd since January 1st. Improvement nonetheless. And Ohio State will also be without Zed Key tonight. He is the second most efficient offensive player on this team, which is another big loss for them. And one of the ways Ohio State can take advantage of Penn State, not the biggest team in terms of size. Losing Zed Key is a big factor here. We're going to back under 142 for Penn State taking on Ohio State. Our second game, we're going to continue with the totals, head out west to the Pac-12, Stanford, Washington State. And we talked about recent play since January 1st. This is even crazier. So first off, Stanford, Washington State, again, two really slow teams. You can find the under at 134.5. Stanford averages 66.2 possessions per game. That is way slower than the league average. Washington State, 67.4. Again, way slower than the league average, but these teams have gotten even slower. We talked about Penn State at 296th. Well, since January 1st, Stanford is 310th in tempo. Washington State is 326th. Washington State is slowed even to a pace slower than what Stanford has played at this year. This is incredibly slow basketball for both of these teams. And then we can look at the defensive side of the ball for both teams. We can see right away they're both outside the top 130 in offensive efficiency. Defense has been consistent for Stanford. They're 119 on the year. There hasn't been a drastic change for them. But Washington State has gotten much better. They've gone from 179th on the year to 41st in defensive efficiency since January 1st, essentially when conference play began for a lot of these conferences. We're looking at another slow defensive slugfest here. We're going to go under. It's kind of under City to start the slate. Our final game, we will go to the good old Horizon. It's a great Horizon slate. We have Robert Morris taking on IUPUI. IUPUI ranks 360th out of 364 teams in terms of overall power ranking. And essentially what you're going to see is every single efficiency metric favors Robert Morris except for the home court. Offensive efficiency, 261 for Morris, 339 for IUPUI. Defensive efficiency, 120th for Robert Morris, 361 for IUPUI. Rebounding, that favors Robert Morris. Recent play favors Robert Morris. They've really rattled off some impressive wins lately. They had a 19-point win over Youngstown State, a 20-point win over Milwaukee. Green Bay is what it is. Beat Purdue Fort Wayne by 7. That's 4 straight wins for this team. And now you have IUPUI coming off a 4-game road trip. I mean, home court's still important to them. And being at home finally is big, but this is a team that's been traveling quite a bit as well. Lastly here, we want to dive in real specific with this team. The one place IUPUI is decent on offense is the interior. They rank 126th in 2-point percentage. Unfortunately for them, that is the strength of Robert Morris defense. They're 44th in 2-point defense. They actually are much worse at defending the perimeter. Unfortunately, IUPUI is 352nd in 3-point percentage. Not to mention, they're one of the most reckless teams in the country with turnovers committed. They are bottom 6 in that category, and Robert Morris is in the top 160 in turnovers forced. Big mismatch here. 9.5, not enough points. We'll be backing Robert Morris. That'll do it for us today. Let me know in the comments section if you agree with these picks or if there's anything else on the board you particularly like. You can follow me on Twitter at Matt_Gajewski if you would like as well. We'll be back again tomorrow with the Friday slate. Gone this weekend, so won't have Saturday or Sunday, but then we'll be back on Monday after that. Until then, good luck, everyone. We will see you next time.